when our cousin Joyce was up here last week, she found a place infested with fleas. It was so bad that they had to get bug spray for themselves and tape up their pant legs and so forth. And then at the end of the day, they put their clothes into plastic bags and sealed them up. She dropped a couple of bombs in here, and evidently between the bombs and the time lapse since the animals were removed, we didn't encounter any fleas yesterday. But you can't escape the filth. It's just incomprehensible. You would have to actually be here to see it. Even this video is probably not going to convey the horrendous conditions that we've encountered here, the horrendous conditions that our brother lived in. And I want to record this so people can see, the end result of our society's failure to deal with the mental health issues of so many people. It's not just my brother either. I mean, there must be tens of thousands of people in the country that are suffering the same as he's been suffering, and live and die in conditions that are beneath human dignity. And I hope that this video can help shed some light on what's going on in the country, and maybe our elected officials will see this. In fact, I'll make a point that they do, and maybe they can begin to see the light and take some kind of measure to start helping people again. I mean, nobody wants to see their family members institutionalized. Nobody wants to live in an institution. But what's the alternative? This is the alternative. They live in deplorable, subhuman, degrading conditions like this. And I don't know what more I can say about that. Look at this. I don't see another light switch, but empty liquor bottles, empty liquor bottles, empty liquor bottles, just stacked and up on top of each other, along with God knows what else. Inside this refrigerator, freezer, obviously doesn't work, are jar after jar after jar of peanut butter and box after box of raisins. I wonder what's below. It looks like grits, beans, other stuff I can't identify from this distance in the dark, maybe flour. And as you can see, or as you may have heard or seen already, this junk just fell in front of the refrigerator. I can't close the door without moving it. Look at the floor here. It's just sheer, utter filth. a fan, a weed whacker, hand sanitizer. Yeah, that could come in useful here today. A battery on top of the kitchen counter, which consists of nothing more than a piece of particle board on top of a stove. That's the oven where Joel found all those canned goods yesterday. A sheath from a knife, long gone. I found an empty gun case up here yesterday. So we don't know if Casey sold his guns to buy alcohol or if they were stolen. We'll probably never know the truth of that matter. All right, let's go outside and take a walk around the remainder of the property. There's the back porch. Looks like animal droppings of some sort. Empty sardine cans. A grill that is probably useless. And let's see what we have here. Rusty old freezer. Wow. Ha! Look at that. It's plugged in and full of ice. Alright, I'll find the plug and unplug that. There's no sense in keeping that. Another portrait of Jesus. Another refrigerator that's empty. And here again you can see more examples of the rot and deterioration. Looks like somebody had a greenhouse there at one time. Fascia board rotted away. Number of outbuildings. More bottles of urine. Tar paper over the corner of the building. Another bag full of beer bottles. Let's take a look over here real quick. It's a shed attached to the side of the cabin. And here, that looks to me like that was being accessed by groundhogs or some other critter. A copper grounding rod full of junk. A barrel, more refrigerators, and here's the other side of the porch. Just look at that. Look at this, all these empty beer bottles or beer cans. 16-ounce bush. And there must be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. My brother Casey was a very creative and artistic person. He could find a piece of rotted wood in the forest and see something there and turn it into what his vision saw. He found this out in the woods and brought it up here. I'll let you use your imagination to determine what that might be. More junk videos, old useless light fixture, boxes with who knows what. Photographs. An old lazy boy chair that's probably going back to the 60s. Let's see what's in here. Oh, here we go. Bird nest. I'm going to guess from the size of this that might have been a hummingbird nest. Casey would take stuff like this and turn it into works of art. Yeah, as you can see, this has been pretty much gutted. It's been completely gutted. Yeesh. I believe Casey lived in this trailer at one time. I'm guessing he gutted it and took whatever he salvaged and incorporated it into the cottage. And our tour continues. More debris, more liquor bottles. You can hear the neighbor's dogs barking away. Here we have another little shed of sorts. A basketball hoop. More junk. Saw blade, hammer. More of Casey's crafts. Yeah, I guess he'd wander the woods and find these objects and bring them in and create his creations with them. To me, that's just firewood. Turtle shell, tortoise shell, some kind of a nodule on a stick. Various and sundry other items. Fiddle case. Chicken in a bread pan, picking out dough.